equations in a slope-intercept form. Sometimes you have to make an equation in slope-intercept form. It's not given to you that way. Recall that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Sometimes the y isn't alone. All that really means is get y alone. Slope-intercept form means y is by itself. So the first thing that we need to do to get something in slope-intercept form is move the x term if we need to. And the second thing that we need to do is divide through by whatever is in front of y. Now we did do this before. Now I'll show you an example. If I had something like this, 2y minus 3x equals 12. Is that in slope-intercept form, class? No. What I'm looking for is y alone. If I'm looking up here, slope-intercept form means y is by itself. That way I can quickly identify a slope or a y-intercept on a graph. So the first thing I want to do is move my x term. So that's this minus 3x. And I move that by plusing 3x. When I plus 3x, I'm just kind of going to put it right in front. Okay? It trumps the 12, okay? So then this turns into 2y is equal to 3x plus 12. The second thing I need to do is divide through by what's in front of y. But when I divide through by what's in front of y, I am dividing everything by what's in front of y, okay? Everything. So that means I'm going to divide the 2 by 2, the 3 by 2, and the 12 by 2. So I get, that cancels out, y is equal to 3 halves x plus 12 over 2 is 6. Now I need you to be able to identify here why I did both of these is because this represents my 3 halves is my slope and my 6 is my y-int. And you're going to need to be able to, you're going to be given an equation in this form, and I'm going to say what is the slope and y-intercept of this equation. And your expectation is to get it like this. Okay? Okay, next example. I want you to try these yourself quick. 3x minus 2y equals 12. I want you to tell me the slope and y-intercept of both of these equations. 3x minus 2y equals 12, and the 4x minus 5 is equal to a 10y. Okay, I'm just going to start solving. All right, so the first thing that I want to do with this first equation here, I want to get my y alone in y equals mx plus b form, so I'm going to move my 3x over. And I want to make sure when I move it, it's the one that's right next to the equal sign. Now, keep in mind, I always want everything in slope-intercept form. The x is always immediately to the left of the equal sign, okay? So, in order to move this, I'm going to minus 3x. I'm minusing because this is like a positive 3x. So I get negative 2y is equal to a negative 3x plus 12. Now I'm going to divide everything through by negative 2. Now notice how I isolate each term there. And the reason that I isolate it is because I want to be able to identify slope and y-int. That's why I'm keeping it separate. I get y is equal to negative over negative. It turns into a positive 3 halves x plus 12 divided by negative 2 is a negative 6. Is that simplified, class? No, I need to congest that into y equals 3 halves x minus 6. So what's my slope of that line, class?
3 halves.
And what is my y-intercept? Negative 6. Yes. All right, this next example, my y is over on the left or on the right. No, I can't have that. I'm going to flip it over. 10y equals 4x minus 5. Divide through by 10, y equals 4/10 x minus 5 over 10. Y equals 2/5 x minus a half. And I'm done. My y-intercept is this negative 2 or negative 1/2, and my slope is 2/5. Any questions? I'm not. I think that's it. Oh, the next application to this would be to graph it from it not being in slope-intercept. So we're just expecting to make it, turn it into slope-intercept. So please keep in mind that this is the same as saying negative 1 times x. So when I go through and divide everything through by that 3, I get y is equal to a negative 1/3 x minus 2. And when I graph it then, my y-intercept is negative 2. So I'm going to graph it negative 2. And then I got a negative 1/3. That means I'm going to go down 1 over 3. So down 1 over 1, 2, 3. Down 1 over 3. 1, 2, 3. Or up 1 to left 3. And there is my beautiful line that has arrows on both sides to make sure that it is not a segment. I'm going to do one more example, and then I think that you're good to be able to solve these on your own. All right. Okay, so first thing, I'm moving my 6x. Now watch what I'm doing. This turns into negative 2y is equal to a negative 6x plus 18. Notice I didn't really show my steps there, but you should be asking yourself, why did she write negative 6? Because this was positive and this 6 is positive, and in order to move it, I would subtract it. Okay? Divide through by negative 2, I get y is equal to a positive 3x minus 9. Again, I congested all my work. That's negative 6 divided by negative 2 is this 3. 18 divided by negative 2 is that negative 9. So my y-intercept is negative 9. My slope is positive 3. That means I go up 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1. And then call her good. That's it.